Good evening and welcome to our live crafting session. My name's Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. It is Thursday the 18th of May 2023. So thank you for joining us. If you are joining us live, do say hi. Just going to pop these other lights on so I don't get too many shadows. Do say hi and let us know that you're watching. It's always nice to know who is joining us. The comments section does seem to be working for you to leave comments, but I have to say it doesn't always show me on my screen or on my mobile who is watching and who has commented. So I do apologise. If you do comment and I don't respond, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because the system on Facebook that's running the videos is not showing me that information. It seems to have been a little bit hit and miss recently, but you never know, it might get back to normal at some point. So, good evening to you. This week we have been focusing on Marvellous Nature. Here it is, this stamp set here, and we've done various different cards with it all week, and I'll just run through the final set. Some of them I've already sent out, so this is not all of the ones that we've made. But yesterday I did make a Christmas card using the fern element, and I stamped that with Versamark ink and then heat embossed it after applying white embossing powder. So that's how that one was created. And then I've got assorted ones with the birds, with the fern. Again, this is using one of the new in colours, Mossy Meadow, and then this is Mossy Meadow and Wild Wheat together. And I did some ombre ones. I've already posted those out. So I thought we'd do something different this evening, and that is something I haven't done for a little while, but stamp onto some designer paper. Now this is from the Irresistible Blooms papers, and I appreciate you can't see a great deal of that design because I have chosen a light coloured background deliberately. Let me show you the rest of the papers. So these were the ones that we used in our class in a box. Yes, only last month, April to May. So these are the papers. There's this is just happens to be a set of two. So there's lots of really pretty watercolour effects in assorted colours. So petal pink, flirty flamingo. We've got a little bit of the new lemon lolly, daffodil delight. So a really nice mix of papers. They've been very, very popular, and you won't find these in the catalogue. The papers and the stamp sets are an online exclusive, which means they're not in a printed catalogue, but you can order them all the time. Stocks are available. So what I did was I have chosen this piece here because I want it to be fairly light in the background. Just going to put these papers away before they spill everywhere. So they are called Hello Irresistible, and I've chosen this piece here that has a little background with leaves on. I'm hoping you can see that. It's quite difficult to show it. Hopefully there you can see. And what I've got is I've got a layer of Mossy Meadow and a crumb cake card, just for a change instead of white. So I'm going to have my 3 layers there, and then what I'm going to do, at least I'm hoping to do, is stamp this fern with Mossy Meadow around the edges and have a sentiment in there. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment first and then add in the other elements. So I have got a mat underneath, only because I'm going off the edge, and also because it's a solid stamp and I'm not using the Stamper Artist for this one. I just want an extra little bit of cushioning to assist it on its journey. So let's give this a go. So I'm going to start with my sentiment, and I think I'm going to use Charming Sentiments. I think I'll use this one, Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays. Although I could do Wishing You Everything Wonderful. I'm going to go for the birthdays one. And I did clean these all up the other day, so look, they're stuck really nicely on the back of my sheet. You'll find that over a period of time, and especially for me where my stamps are being taken out, put on blocks, inked up, stamped, put back again, dropped on the floor occasionally, out at coffee and card, the stamp itself can get not really dirty, that's the wrong way, but it picks up any lint or anything else like that, and it can stop being sticky. And when you put it onto a block, you'll find occasionally if you turn the block over, unless you press it really hard, it just doesn't stick. And that happens with this. This is probably one of my most used sentiment stamp sets. So what I do to clean these is I just take them out of the pack or the backing sheet, and just take a little bit of warm water in a bowl with a little bit of washing up liquid, pop the stamps in there and just leave them there for 5-10 minutes, and then you'll see the dirt come off into the water. Rinse them off just with some plain water, and then allow them to air dry on a piece of kitchen towel or a tea towel, something like that, and then they become nice and sticky again. So let's use Happiest of Birthdays. So I hope everybody is keeping well and you're having a good week. Here we are at Thursday evening already, and I've had a busy week one way or another, which is always good. It's rare that I have a quiet week, to be honest. So I'm just inking this up. It might be a little bit off camera. Could bring this in a little bit. I'm just going to stamp this to make sure it's stamping okay. I need to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing, and see if there's any comments there. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and there isn't really a right or a wrong way for this paper. It's a nice all over design. So I think what I'm going to do is position this above the centre line, so not quite 2/3 of the way up, but above the centre line. So that's Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays, like so. And then I'm going to use this stamp and stamp it in different places on my card. So on my card front. So I've turned the stamp over and I'm going to use the ink pad here, and that's so that I can see that I've inked up the whole stamp, even though I don't necessarily need the whole stamp for each impression. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because you can guarantee if you only ink up part of it, you'll still miss something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 of these on here. So let's have a largest one here, and because it's a solid stamp, just leaving it on the paper a little bit longer than I probably would, like so. Okay, So there's one, and then I'm just going to wipe that down because obviously it's got lines here where it's gone over, and I don't want it to carry those marks over. Just going to dry it on here, like so. I'm going to re-ink move this up here so you can see it a little bit better. And of course I have got a bit of a reflection, and I do apologise for that. So if you are with me and watching, do say hi, and if you're watching on replay, you can say hi in the comment section. Okay, so I'm turning this round and I want to position it in a different place on my card front, I should say, like so. There we go. And then I'm going to add another one, probably top left. Let's have a look and see. So turning this round, so let's just bring this in at a different angle. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, I do apologise if I sneeze online. So again, nice amount of pressure. And there we go. So quite a different look. I wished I'd turned that around a little bit more so that the edge of the fern was off, but it's fine. Let's have a look and see. I might trim it down a little bit further. Take a little bit off the top and the side, and that will alleviate that problem. So I'm just going to take 1/2 centimetre off the top here, so it will give me more of a border as well, and the ink will have dried on that already. And which side am I going to cut it from? The left, I think, here. So just 1/2 centimetre, so it's literally a couple of millimetres all the way around. And let's have a look at that. So I haven't stamped on designer paper for ages, but it's a really good way of creating a quick card because you don't have to worry about doing a background or anything. It's already done there for you. Okay. So that is going to go onto there. So I'm just deliberating whether I need anything else. See, if I really want an odd number, and it would be too squashed up, I think, if I do 5. So I think I'm happy with that, but I'm going to add some bling. And I did add some gold bling on gems and things on this one here. This one says lots of love with some little gold sequins. So what I might do is find some to pop onto there, but I'm happy with that as my design. And before I put that together, I'm just going to stamp the inside, and I'm just going to do wishing you everything wonderful, and I'm going to stamp it on the crumb cake, see how it comes out. If it's not dark enough, then I can put a layer on the inside, a layer of white. So let's just give this a go. I'm trying to keep the reflection out of your line of sight, because it's nothing more frustrating than just seeing a reflection. So let's give this a go. Glasses are off, and this says wishing you everything wonderful, and I think that's a great sentiment, whether it's a birthday or a wedding, could be anniversary. It's a good cheerful message for the inside. Okay, so that says wishing you everything wonderful. Let's just put these together. Just going to wipe that down off my stamp. So this is our stamp set of the week. So as I said, I think earlier this week, and I have done previously, if you purchase the stamp set of the week from me during the week that it's being promoted, so any time between now and Sunday, then I will send you a little pack of components to make the cards that I've made. So for example, you'll get a crumb cake card, a Mossy Meadow layer, you'll get a piece of designer paper like so, and envelopes to match. So you'll get one for each of the different designs that I featured in my live sessions this week. Need to take my glasses off again, dear. So this has got a slightly wider border all the way around, and I noticed that I turned my volume down yesterday, so I'm hoping that this volume level is okay. If anybody is watching live, feel free to comment just to let me know. Right, let's grab some bling to finish that off. I tell you what would also be nice, I wonder if I've got any of, we had some embellishments, so they're wooden embellishments, and we've had some little metal embellishments. I wonder if I've got anything that would fit the bill. Let's have a quick look and see. Probably got everything but packets of sequins. I've got anything to hand, but we do have the little wooden embellishments that would have been perfect for that. So, bling it is, and I'm hoping, yes, these little gold ones are to hand. So, just going to add sort of one in each gap here to balance these out. So these are self-adhesive sequins, and we have lots of different versions of these. I had 2 new packs arrive this week, and they're really pretty. Let's have this one, no, down here, like so. You could use a Wink of Stella pen and add a little bit of detail, but you need to be a little bit careful because you don't want to spread the ink, because if you did that you could lose some of the definition of that lovely fern, and I'm hoping that you can see that background. Hi Diane, thank you for joining us. I really hope that you're keeping well and that you're having a good week, not working too hard. Oh yes, I just want to show you the new embellishments. I can find them. Because you don't appreciate them until you see them in person. And I suspect I put them somewhere safe. Here they are. Okay, so this is our finished card, Diane. So using that same stamp set, and then I stamped onto a piece of patterned paper behind. This is from the last month's class in a box. It's that set of papers, and then I've just stamped the fern across it. So I hope you like it. So I've got two sets of new embellishments. These are ombre matte decorative dots, and these are designed obviously to match our colours, and so they are ombre effects. So we've got sort of misty moonlight going into night of navy. We've got coastal cabana. I appreciate you can't see particularly well with the colour, and then we've got a coral, and then we've got an old olive. Actually they wouldn't look right but an old olive. So those are really pretty. They're ombre matte decorative dots, and you get 160 in a pack. And when I do my class in a box, I try and incorporate some embellishments. It may be gems, it might be ribbon, and if they're gems, then I make sure that everybody gets a the same selection. So I would cut, for example, those and those and those for each person, so that you've got a bit of everything. So let's pop those back so I don't lose any. So those are ombre matte decorative dots, and then these are adhesive back sequins, and there's two packs. There's a trio, and there's, I'm pretty sure there's a quadruple, so it's got 4 colours in. Let me just open this one on, and these are really bright and cheerful. If I can get in, it'd be even better. There we go. Excellent. Oops, here we go. So this has got 3 different colours. So we've got like the powder pink, and then we've got this evening evergreen. It's almost a blue as well, isn't it? And then we've got white. And these are all adhesive back. So like these ones, you can just lift them up with the tip of your scissors or a pokey tool. You don't need any extra glue to put them down, and you get a lot in that packet. 300 in total, so 100 of each size, 50 each of 2 different 100 of each colour, 50 of each size of the 2 sizes. So hopefully you can see those. It's difficult for you to see the shine without the reflection of the piece behind it. So there we go, that's our final card for our stamp set of the week this week. So I've had some lovely people order this already, so I'll make sure that, in fact I'll do that straight after here, is to get the packs ready to go out. And that doesn't matter whether you order it online with me or whether you order it in person. I will pick up the fact that you have ordered that particular set and send you the goodies. So thank you so much. I hope you like our finished card for this week. The YouTube video of this will go up later this evening, and tomorrow I will share this one and the Christmas card that I made on my Facebook page with the finished projects. And we're back to coffee and cards tomorrow. So I'm off to design our cards for coffee and card. So I hope you're able to join me if you're local to Brackley or Toaster. We'll be in Brackley tomorrow, Friday, between 3 and 4 p.m, and in Toaster 2:30 to 3:30 on Monday, and back in Brackley Tuesday 9:30 to 10:30. So thank you so much everybody. I do hope you have a great evening. Thank you for joining us. Do take care. I look forward to crafting with you really soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.